gonna click the record button and say, "Yo, what up? How's it going?"
Hey, it's going well. How are you doing?
I'm swell. I'm quite good. Thank you for asking. Um, so deck doctor time for Mina 2.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is your first deck doctor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, what's gonna happen is you're gonna give me an elevator pitch on how your deck wants to work and the things that you're trying to accomplish, and then two, what it is that you want me to help fix. And then as you're
Okay.
going through that, I'm gonna be putting a bunch of cards in your sideboard, and we'll talk about them.
Okay.
Perfect. So hit me with a
Gotcha.
pitch. What's the deck doing?
So basically, I was saying this earlier in chat that I joined the game at Nats, and they said, "Who's your favorite character in anime?" And I said Mina. So they said she's horrible, but here's her card. And I thought that one of the things that I could do after looking over some of the cards and everything was sneak in Frozen Slash, which is a really good card from what I could tell. And like I haven't
Yeah.
been in the game very long, but it works very well with her because it's both ranged and a punch, obviously.
Right.
And then all of the attacks that you want to use with her are ranged or punch. And then I really love the synergy that it has with Ice Storm. But the problem that I'm running into with some of the playtesting that I've been doing is that in Chaos, I can't find a super consistent way with Mina as the character, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
to give speed. The damage was kind of taken care of with One with Nature, and I'm trying to mitigate that with Easily Excited and then like uh, ambush tactics. But I was wondering if there was anything that you could like that you know of that might help me with ensuring that Frozen Slash goes off. Like, is there anything extra
Yeah.
that I missed?
Let me take a look. Yeah, that was a perfect pitch. Um. Okay, so do you understand why Mina is so hard to play?
Why she's hard to play? Do you mean like why she's bad, or do
Why
you mean
she's
why like
bad? Yes. Because her character card is actually like when you read what she does, it's really good. Face downs don't count as progressive, and then after your punch or range attack deals damage, they lose a health for each face down. If you can get 4 face downs in your pool when they partial block something, they burn 4. That's insane. That essentially said you put +8 damage on something, right? Like that's really good.
yeah?
Um,
But I think the main thing, well, from what I've understood, because I've watched like one deck doctor of yours from her previously, is that her staple card kind of neuters you in the early game if you check it,
right.
and also she the setup cards that you want to use like Fling, which is like that's my favorite card of her so far. The only problem with it is that it's a mid, so it's super easy to block. Therefore, you don't get your response.
Yeah.
So setting up momentum with her is probably one of the biggest problems. That's why I'm trying to use charged up and electric jolts and stuff like that to make sure that I can get it in there for both the ice storm and cheerfuls. Which cheerfuls, I haven't really played cheerfuls as an attack very much, maybe like once or twice. I usually just use it to block, and then I
Right.
will, struggling with studies, back it into my hand.
Yeah, that's incredible. that's
Yeah.
that's super good. Yeah, the biggest thing is like she's so reliant on her own kit, right? If you look at everybody else in the game, they get a lot of value off of using other people's stuff. She just doesn't get that. She's just not allowed
Yeah.
to. She has to like the way that this deck works. Is I think you actually have to 4x all of her stuff for your 16 cards, and then you get one other thing to make it 20, right?
Yeah.
Like you should be running 4 Acid Chop because it's a flash that adds a card to your card pool face down. You have to run that. This card adds a card to the card pool face down. I think Acid Fling, the coolest, one of the strongest attacks she has, but like you have to this card is so easy to block. And
Yeah.
like it just sucks, man. It sucks. And then uppercut's like insane. What a powerful card. But like
Yeah. That's
you have to
that's been
4x
my
all
favorite.
of these in order to like play the game. That's awful.
Yeah. And I'm trying to find a way to get around that, but I mean, as you're saying, it's not very doable with her. I'm trying. But
The thing is, right? And this is crazy. I am this is my first recommendation. You like Mina, right?
Yeah.
Why not just play Mina 1?
I have not seen her card actually.
Because you're new, she's a little tough to get because she's not out of a pack. But I will go toss her in our sideboard, and we can just talk about her. Because she's good, and she gets to play literally. You could take and here's her character. You can take and play your entire kit, get rid of most of the Mina 2 stuff, and just play the cool cards that you're wanting to play, like Crow and Frog, Ice Storm, Indiscriminate Shock, Electric Jolt. All of those cards feel really, really cool, really good to play with this character.
Okay, let me see. Discard 1. No check, so she gets to play a checked card for free.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
so
interesting.
Let's
That
pretend
seems really good.
You drew 7 foundations, right? I play my foundation, it passes. I play my foundation, it passes. I play my foundation, it is an Indiscriminate Shock. I'll respond with Mina. I'll discard a card. I'll take that Indiscriminate out of my discard pile and play it as my 4th card. No check needed. So normally it would be on an 8. You just passed it.
Does seem extremely strong.
Yeah, it is incredible. It's very, very good.
Okay, well that is very interesting. I think one of the things that attracted me to Mina 2, like whenever I first read the card, because they presented me with a bunch of like leaders and stuff like that, and one of my friends was like, he knows me from other card games. He was like, your play style, you'll like Eraserhead 2 or what I think it was.
Yeah.
But I was kind of drawn to the burn effect, and I was like, I really love burn, and I really love like interaction with like breaking games. Like, for example, I don't know if you've ever played like Card Fight Vanguard or anything like that. I play like very interactive stuff that likes to like mess with the board. Yeah. So like I liked the idea of flipping cards in your card pool and getting extra burn.
Yeah. If that's the one, that's the goal. I'm super down. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that Mina 1 existed, and if I'm gonna lay it all out here for you. Mina 1 is like a B+, A- tier character. Mina 2 is a D- character. It is so incredibly tough to play this character because they came out with an entire new set that supported every single character in the game except for Mina 2. She got literally nothing.
Yeah, that does suck. And I mean, I still want to give her a shot.
I'm down.
So
we'll make it happen. So first and foremost, all of her stuff has to be 4-ofs.
Okay.
Specifically Acid Chop. I think Acid Chop is the big opener, right? After you play it, we both add one. So it clogs their card pool, clogs your card pool. You don't care, and it gets your burn online. So everything is gonna get +1 damage as we swing, and they can't interact with it because it's a flash move. It just doesn't have enhanced steps, and we just don't care about it.
Okay.
Acid Corrosion Breach being a 3-of is totally fine because it's a 2 check. That's totally chill.
Yeah, I'd like to keep that there because I just hate seeing it.
I love Alloy Ambush. I think Alloy Ambush in this deck is very, very cool.
It's been one of the more fun cards in my playtesting.
How do you feel about Crow and Frog?
It's at the 2-of because I've seen it a couple of times like as a starter, and then if it hits, I can put it in my momentum, and then for free, basically, Acid Corrosion Breach it. And then instead of my 3rd attack being a 7, it's a 6. So it's a lot more gettable because I'll Acid Corrosion Breach first, put my momentum in there, and get my Crow and Frog back for free.
Wouldn't it just make sense to play more 4-diffs instead? More things like Frozen Slash?
Yeah. I've thought about upping Frozen Slash, but you can see the 25 attacks and like 65 cards. That's pretty high.
What is this number going to be, if I can ask?
So I like, as far as deck size, from what I've seen, probably the 65 to like 68, something like that.
65, 68. Okay.
Yeah, and that's one of the main things I wanted to look at is like you can see I'm spreading out my attacks quite a lot because I didn't know what was good and what I needed to play, and I need to cut some stuff in the attacks.
I think taking Crow and Frog out is probably the right call and just a 4x your Frozen Slash, because I think that might be the thing that pushes your deck up and over the limit. Giving your other stuff +2/+2 is very cool, right? This is I guess it doesn't work on this, but this is supposed to be our opener. But this works, and it doesn't work here. So maybe I think Crone Frog is actually not very good in your deck because we never want to open with this card. Because it's just a 4 high for 5. 4 high for 5 kind of do nothing. It's just blank in our deck.
Yeah, okay.
And let's take Frozen Slash and push it up to a 3 and see what happens there. 26 attacks is so many. 26 attacks is so many. Man. I think what we do is instead of the Crone Frogs at the 2 of, let's take Alleyway and drop it down to a 2 of, just to put this number back down to 25, because I got to get this as close to 65 as possible, just for consistency's sake.
Okay.
I love Jolt, I love Storm, I love Shock. I think all 3 of these utility cards are incredible, right? I guess these 2 utility cards and this fucking kill you card. This is to extend our combos.
Yeah, and that was my main question was, do you think Chaos is consistent enough at getting that extra speed and damage for the +2/+2
For
with the
sure.
lineup that I have? Okay.
We're going to take basic training and easily excited, and we're going to 4x them.
Okay.
Right? And then we're also going to be playing some number of Feeling Cute. I would suggest 4. Feeling Cute is going to turn this card on exceptionally well in relation to also playing One with Nature.
Yeah. And yeah, One with Nature, I saw that in one of your other deck, and I was like, this just seems ridiculous.
It's incredibly good. It's super, super good. It's actually a reprint from an old card, and everybody who saw One with Nature went, why is this card back in the format? That's crazy. Let's talk about choosing a hero name. Actually, I want to go through the cards that I listed down here, and we'll talk about them, and then we'll go back to your list. Okay? First and foremost, I put in Freezer Burn as just an additional card. It's a 3 diff because it re-readies a foundation, right? The bottom enhance. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Your rival readies one of your foundations. And it also says destroy one of your foundations, cancel a thing, which is incredible. I don't know if it's better than what Indiscriminate Shock is doing, because Indiscriminate Shock is killing people, and this card is more of like a flow card to extend your combos out further. I think Freezer Burn might be better if you have a bunch of face downs with Mina, right? That might be the call, but I'm not positive. I think just putting this on your radar that this is a card that exists might be worth it.
Like, yeah, anything that you can
Go ahead.
can recommend, I'll have. Like, I don't know the card pool that well, so.
Sure. Yeah. Up next is Award the Victor. After your attack deals damage, add to the top of your deck. Your next check get to play and attack gets +2. So with something cool like Acid Chop, right? I play Acid Chop. I respond. We both add the top card in. My Acid Chop hits. I respond with Mina to burn you for the 1. And then I will respond with Award the Victor, taking my Acid Chop, putting it on top of my deck. The next time that I play a card, whether it be like another Acid Chop or whatever, that 3 is going to become a 5, and so now you auto pass your Acid Corrosion Breach. You guarantee you stack a 5 on top.
That's pretty nice, yeah.
The only issue is this is a 2 check, and this is a 3 diff. And so building this card on turn 1 is very risky, because if you check a 2, your turn's over, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in the deck, but it's an option if you want to play more high risk, high reward.
I'm all about high risk, high reward.
Encouraging Trading Partner is one of those neato cards that is both offensive and defensive. On offense, you're allowed to flip it to make the speed of your attack 4, which is +1 speed on your Frozen Slash.
Okay, I was going to ask, does that count as a +1? All right.
It counts because it's received a bonus. It's increasing.
Okay. That makes sense.
And it also says that when my opponent plays a 13 low for 75, it's now a 4 low for 75. And you just block it with a low block.
Gotcha. That's another area that I couldn't really figure out was the low blocks in Chaos. And there's just not a lot. I think I had like 17 or something.
You got 18 big ones.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Frozen, destroy foundation, they commit 1. Giving all your moves stun 1 is very cool.
Okay.
It's a 2/5, but like it does a very similar job of what Feeling Cute does.
All right.
Yeah. So from there, do any of those cards sound interesting to add into your deck?
Definitely a ward. I
Okay,
think because I would describe myself as a high risk player. I don't
love
really
it.
care about taking risks because I play more casually. This is a game that I could say see myself taking more competitively, but I usually just play like LGSs and stuff. Um, Award the victor. Frozen, I actually did have it in there for a while. That's one of the main cards that they put in initially.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I didn't like blowing up my own resources. I do understand, you basically just you get yourself prepared for your kill with where they have no commit like no foundations left.
Yeah.
I'd probably be okay putting it back in.
Okay. I was only gonna put it on a one of, so you're
Yeah.
good. And then we're gonna put 2 award the victors in because that card's cool, but it does have the pesky word unique on it, which means you can only have one in your stage at a time. Luckily for us, it flips, and the game doesn't remember that it is award the victor, so we can play another one after we flipped it once, right? But
Okay.
it's a 3/5 with an amazing high block, but it is unique. So there's that.
So that's response built from your stage, right? Or like played from your stage, right? You can't play it from your hand as a response, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't play responses out of on foundations from your hand unless they say the word hand on them. But you can play actions from your hand, which we don't play any because we are the chaos symbol.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we are not.
And then
We don't have summon our shadow options.
encouraging would be interesting if you think that I still need that extra speed on Frozen Slash, but if you think that I've got like with basic training and like or not basic training with easily excited and ambush tactics, do you think I've got enough speed boost on there already?
I think playing this card at a 2 of because of its versatility is incredibly good.
Okay.
Incredibly good, especially like we have Jolt that starts at 3, Indiscriminate Shock that starts at 3. We have actually Corrosion Bleach that
Yeah,
starts at 3. Frozen Slash starts at 3, and that is the bad version of the card. The good version of the card is my opponent has a 10 low move, and I put it to 4 so I can block it. Right?
True. Yeah, I
A
forgot
2
about
of
that. Yeah.
is perfect for this, and you're probably gonna sideboard another one. I don't do sideboards on deck doctors because it's local meta stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
From here, I'm gonna rip your deck apart.
Sounds good.
Choosing
I'm
a
totally
hero
fine
name
with
sucks. This card is bad.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get
Mhm.
rid of it.
Cool.
The fact that it adds to the card pool face up, face down is neat. It's got a bad block, and it's only for +2 or -2 damage. I think you're just gonna have to find it somewhere else. If you absolutely want to, we could play it at a 2 of at the lowest amount, but that is really it.
Nah, I'd say just get rid of it.
Let's get rid of
I
it.
didn't like it, but I thought since it was a high foundation block in her kit, I had to play it.
Sure. Mall Day sucks. We get to play one of it at most. Adding the card to our card pool is not a cost in your character, but losing the ready foundation is bad. It's also a 2/4, and so like picking up the attack is cool, but checking that 4 can be detrimental.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm fine with that.
Strongly Studies, we're going to drop down to a 3 of because we're going to play 3 Chivalrous Competitor. I draw 1, you draw 1. Feels like a gift to your opponent, but if they can't block anything, doesn't matter if they have the card in their hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are we at? 73? Love this
Feels
number. This is so many cards. Ambush Tactics. This card's bad. This card's super bad. Yeah.
Okay.
This card is reliant on my opponent to be doing a thing. If the first attack this combat phase was blocked, what happens if it wasn't blocked? We hit them for 4, and then you have a blank foundation in your stage. On a 2/5/3 mid block, there's just better stuff we could be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I actually was going to ask you, a speed 0 attack, does it deal damage if they don't block it?
If the speed is 0, yes. It says that the top number, the 4 low for 4 damage, it just means that it's the slowest move. It still does this number still hits, right? But if this number was a 0, it does not deal damage.
Okay.
We're getting rid of ambush tactics.
All right.
Charged up. This card's neat. This card is very fun. This card gets to be a 1 of, if at all. And that is incredibly spicy. That is the spiciest spice of all time. It's in here exclusively to accidentally find Electric Jolt. We're only playing 2 Jolts. I don't think this card is worth it in our deck.
Doesn't it trigger off of Indiscriminate or Cheerful as well?
Absolutely. But it gets you a momentum, right? And it says that I have to have a momentum right now. The only thing that we really spend momentum on is Corrosion Breach and Uppercut, right? This is just more damage. This is to go find a move. Or Ice Storm for powerful 3. That's fine. That's whatever. This is powerful 4. This card is Disruption, which is a tough thing to find.
Okay.
I don't think this card deserves a slot in your deck. I think there's better things you could be doing.
Okay. I'd like to put it at a 1 of, because
I love that.
when we were up there, they gave me 3 copies of the promo, so I was like, it looks cool.
Oh, of Jolt?
No,
Oh,
of the charged up. Yeah, the promo from Nats. Yeah.
If you want to run it, we can run it. This is your deck. I'm just here to give you advice.
I'd be down to try it at a 1 of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Requesting Assistance is an insane card. This card is so good. I want to put it to a 4 of, and what this is going to do is this is going to make you build incredibly easy. We've got 4 of this, 4 of this, 4 of this, all these 0 diffs. You're going to build out 6 cards on your turn 1 and look at your opponent and be like, you have to try and kill me now. Self-Assured. This card's not very good. We're going to skip release. That card's not. Self-Assured. This card's not very good. It's a 1 of at most, because not every card in our deck is ranged.
Right, yeah.
Having 4 in your discard pile is incredibly tough. The only reason we want to play this card, honestly, is the Enhanced Commit, change the zone of this attack. But that is, I think, not worth it in your deck because of the character you are and the playstyle you're trying to have. It's not worth it, I don't think.
Right. I'd be fine getting rid of it. I'd put it in there for the high block, basically.
If you absolutely need it, you can put it in your sideboard.
Yeah.
First Day Class is a very cool card. I don't think you need it in this deck. I think it should be a 1 of, if anything. It's
okay.
That same type of spices charged up. Irrefutable Force of Nature is insane. We're going to put it at a 2 of. You should sideboard the 3rd at least.
All right, sounds good.
From here, 67 cards.
Perfect.
I think this is a list, man. I think this is a list, and I think this is a list that you will have some amount of success with. But the worst card in your deck is this one. And
yeah,
it is tough because that is the card that you start every single game with. And so I think if you can make this character work, I bet money. Set 4, set 5, set 6, this character gets better because of something that Jasco print. They need to print something for Mina. But as of this exact moment at time of recording, man, she's so hard to play.
So I think I'm going to have her as my fun deck. Sort of like the one that I'm going to pour my heart and soul into.
Yeah.
And my friends were telling me to build a Eraserhead on the side, so
definitely should. Eraserhead, or if you're a control player, Eraserhead is the best character in the game. You know anything about chess?
Yes.
If Stockfish played my hero and they played Eraserhead, they'd never lose.
That's how good it is, really?
That's how good it is. The only reason that Eraserhead doesn't win everything is because of human error.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I was just saying that's gotta be in a lot of card games. That's crazy. All right, man. Well, this looks good. I'm glad we were able to do this.
You're very welcome, man. Thank you for the support on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And happy hunting. I have an entire channel in my Discord dedicated to Mina too, right? And there's people who would absolutely love to sit down and communicate and talk with you. So bring them this list and be like, yo, this is what Tam started me with. What have you guys tested, right? Because surprise, I'm not a Mina 2 gamer. And so this is all a lot of theory crafting. I've played the character before, but I've never put like a ton of work into the character. Fair?
Okay, fair.
But I think this is a really good starting point to then have you go out and experiment and do your own things and figure out, yo, I think Indiscriminate should be a 3 of, and Alleyway Ambush didn't do enough, and Electric Jolt's cracked, right? And to kind of do that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because maybe like the answer is you should play 2 Frozen/3 Jolt, and until you like until you do the work and be like, well, Jolt was nuts and Flash sucked, you won't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, man. Stay on the line long enough for me to give you this list. What you're going to do is you're going to take, whenever I send it to you, it's going to be my deck. It's going to be by deck doc. You're going to click this copy button, and it's going to make a copy of this to you, and it will be on your profile.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you much for hanging out, man. We'll catch you next time, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.